Yo, I'm Danny Cliff, and welcome to D.C.X. Woo! On the mic, we have Richie, who's going to be interviewing me today as you guys get to know me a bit more and what D.C.X is all about. And we have the one and only Jen Jen in the audience. Big up Jen Jen. But. All right, let's get into it.
So, first question, Danny Cliff,
So,
is what inspired you to start your new podcast?
what inspired me to start my new podcast? A lot of things. I came up or had this idea of D.C.X about a year ago. I dropped an EP called D.C.X as well, I think last year. But D.C.X didn't have a meaning. I was like, yeah, Danny Cliff and X, X is the Roman letter for 10. I was like, no, that's too basic. That's too, yeah. So I was just pondering for a whole year and a few months extra on what D.C.X should be. And it was, I think, 3 months ago where I was like, okay, D.C.X should be a platform where, I can not be Danny Cliff, but just be myself. People can also come on a platform and, just be themselves. But also, when I say be myself, the person who I am when I'm not on stage is someone who's, funny sometimes, but I'm mostly, trying to help people, like be some sort of therapist, uncertified. I am also trying to, kind of give people a voice, people who can't speak for themselves, a voice or platform to, speak about issues that they have or just, stuff that makes them happy. And that's when I was like, okay, yeah, but D.C.X still doesn't have a name. It's just 3 letters. And I looked at my life and just, how far I've come and where I am and da da da. And I was like, yeah, what's one thing that I do till like, what's one thing that I still do even now? It's like I keep comparing myself to others, or just like, just compare myself, which isn't bad, but like, it's not necessarily a good thing. And I was like, okay, yeah, I should probably, stop comparing myself to others. And that's why I was like, yeah, don't compare to X. That's where it came from. So don't compare to X. X being anything, anyone. So you could say D.C.X is short for don't compare me to da da da. Don't compare yourself to da da da. Um, yeah. And I was also inspired by, I guess, my mom and my friends because, like they always get stuff done. Like I have no lazy friends. I mean, so except Jen Jen. So yeah, but that's what inspired me, just my environment and even the fact that this is the first thing I'm doing in life that actually gets done, like this. So let me just be consistent.
All right.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about the main theme or focus for your podcast?
As mentioned, giving people a voice, but um, I'm all about mental health, putting yourself first in a non-selfish way, overcoming trauma, healing. So all these things I've just mentioned and more will be the main focus. But I am obviously going to integrate, fun games, challenges, because I don't want it to be too depressing and sad. Wow,
And how do you envision your podcast standing out in a crowded podcasting landscape?
that's a good question. How do I envision my podcast standing out in a podcast crowded landscape? God's grace, God willing, I get good ideas that are gonna keep me going, and good ideas that kind of make me stand out. Because right now, I wouldn't say I'm winging it. Like, I know what I want to do with the podcast. But, there are many people who probably want to talk about the same things and are probably even more developed. So, what makes me stand out compared to them is that, I don't sleep until I get what I want. That's the same mindset I want to take into the podcast. Next question.
Nice. What kind of guests or experts do you plan on featuring in your episodes to come?
Definitely my mom, because I want to debate her, bro. She wants beef, I'll give her beef. Mom, I love you though. No, like my mom, because like we kind of think alike, so we clash a lot. Because like we have this competitive mindset, and I always debate with her at home about anything: Christianity, love, racism, da da da. So definitely my mom, but also people who are experts, doctors, health practitioners, nurses, lawyers, rappers, anyone, children, adults, elderly, anyone. Yeah, it's open to all. So black, white, Asian, transparent, blue, pink. I don't care.
And how do you plan on engaging and growing your audience?
Consistency is one thing. Yeah. Um, consistency is one thing, but also having the right content for that. You know what I mean? So I won't give you all my secrets yet. You'll see it when the time comes. But I'll just be consistent and have and aim to have good content.
What do you hope listeners will take away from each podcast episode?
Depending, oh sorry, depending on the episode that I'm working on. If it's like something deep, then I want them to, I guess, take a few lessons away. So like if we're talking about love life, I don't know, and you're broken because your ex hurt you, you know what I mean? Then if someone or myself, so if I'm talking about that topic, then I would want to give you advice on how to heal, or like have someone come on who can do that for you. But like if it's a funny game thing, just and just pretty much entertainment.
And how do you plan on maintaining consistency and quality in your podcast episode?
Well, I am just starting out, and I'm also a uni student, just starting my third year of uni. um, so it might be a bit tough on me to be consistent, but I know I will be consistent. I mean, so I would just work, and in this life, nothing is impossible. It might be tough, but like I have to just work because like it's my choice to do this podcast and study and do music and pay rent and feed three cats. So like I have to just manage my life to make sure I accomplish all my goals and dreams. But
Are there any specific challenges or obstacles you anticipate facing in the production of your?
any challenges and obstacles and I anticipate that I might be facing? Yeah, there are a few, but there's nothing that can't be overcome. In God's name, amen.
And what are your long-term goals for your podcast in the next year, 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5,
20
7,
years.
8, 10, 20? Afterlife, you know what I mean?
Bro, months after that, that's crazy. Growth, impact. So with my music, I want to make impact. As a person, I want to make impact. With this podcast, I want to make impact. And I want to see the growth in a few months, in a few years, weeks, days, hours, minutes. Yeah, wow.
Is there a particular episode or topic you're especially excited to cover as well?
I've got a view in my head right now, but when time comes, you'll know. Um, you're, yeah, I can't lie. I can't wait for controversial debates. I can't wait for that. I want people to have beef with each other. I want people to fight on this podcast. No, I'm joking. Yeah, but yeah, I can't wait for you really, side eye, all those topics. But yeah. The main thing is I want people to come on here and, know that they might not agree, but they can learn from each other. So I don't want people talking, and just shouting and you see wigs flying and stuff like that. No, I don't want that. Yeah, I think that's that.
That's it.
Thank you. So that's my short introduction video to D.C.X. Episodes will be dropping every Sunday, starting from next week. So if you haven't already, go follow me on Instagram. The link will be somewhere there. I'm just imagine there's like a thingy there. Here are my socials. Here's my music. Today's sponsor is sponsored by bread, Swiss bread. Anyways, yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys have been inspired and motivated. And if you haven't already followed my Instagram page, follow my Instagram page, D.C.X official, something like that. Yeah, you know what I mean. Anyways, I'm gonna see you guys on Sunday next week. The something 18th, 20. I'm gonna see you next Sunday, guys. Love you all. Have a good night. Peace out. Danny Cliff is out. Deuces. Basketball. Shout out.